Before we start the video, there is a community bingo event coming up and we already have like 50 people signed up. We're probably gonna cap it around 200 people. So this is literally your last chance to sign up. Join my Discord and be part of the 300 milli prize pool. And we're gonna give it all away. There is no entering fee. Anyone can come in and join in on the fun. We do skilling, bosses, raids, you name it. And the winners will take it all. Join my Discord, links are in the description. And with that, let's talk about a disease. A disease that's been taking over Oldschool Runescape for a year. A disease that I've kinda missed out on because for the last month or so, I've only focused on this rank you see right now on your screen. Forget about rank 1, 2, 3, nah. Rank 17 is where the sweet spot is, but now I can go back to talking about actual news and topics of Oldschool Runescape, and we're starting with bots. Yes, they're back. Well, okay, they never actually left, but it's getting worse and worse every single day. And I want to start with these high scores. This is the current high scores of the hunter skill that you yourself can look up on the level 3 high score list. As you can see, it's not looking good. These are all obviously bots that have been catching chinchompas for weeks, probably even months. And it also doesn't help that Reddit moderators are removing posts like this all the freaking time because somehow they don't fit with the community guidelines. Which means videos like this one you see right now are important because all of us need to keep bringing this topic up every single day. And we can't just let it fizzle out to nothing. That's the only way we can get it fixed, if ever. And this hunter high scores isn't the only thing that's been taken advantage of. If you go to the bosses tab, you can see the same exact result. Few months ago, this picture was posted where out of the top 25 wilderness bosses high scores, the 23 are suspicious accounts. In this case, I don't want to blatantly call all of these people out as bots, but if over 90% of the high scores are suspicious accounts, there is a clear problem here that needs to be solved. So what is a suspicious account, you ask? Well, the clear examples are that this is the only single boss they've ever attended and they've been here for weeks, maybe even months. But that's not enough. The other example is that they only trained combat skills and nothing else on their account. And final example is that literally every single name follows the same exact formula. No numbers, just a generic name that has no meaning, probably has gone through a username generator, and putting everything together, it's safe to say these are not normal accounts. And we were right. Almost all of the usernames you see on your screen right now are banned. They can no longer be found on high scores. Unfortunately, it's so easy to either purchase another account or use scripts to level up a new account. And it seems like every time Jagex removes one of these people from the high scores, 2 more come up to replace it. Another example is Salra. Another creator, MoldRS, tracked Salra bots for a week, and there are up to like 15 bots in every single world, meaning probably thousands of Salra bots running rampant right now as you're watching this video. Like I said, later on he gave 1 week update, and all the bots showed in the previous video beforehand had now gained thousands more KC without getting banned. And the worst part is it's not even just skilling like hunter or bosses that you see right here. Scripts have taken over the entirety of Oldschool Runescape. Like I mentioned before, I played Deadman mode for the last month or so, and it's actually ridiculous how many people are using bots and scripts and cheating lines to PK these days. And worst part is they can get away with it for a very long time. There is no automated system in place to detect these PKing scripts immediately, and it usually takes weeks, sometimes even months for the accounts to get banned. Good example in this video right now you see on your screen. Another content creator niche is a PKer in Deadman mode, and he stumbled upon his opponent who can swap gears and prayers at like inhuman speeds that nobody should be able to do. And he's not the only one. Just ask anyone who's basically a professional PKer and their opinion on scripting and bots in PKing worlds. Odablog, Rise, 1013, West Ham, Torvesta, they will all have the same answer for you. Scripts have taken over the PKing community. So it's safe to say that bots and scripting has now officially taken over literally every part of Oldschool Runescape. So how can we fix this issue? Well, there are actually a lot of underlying bets you can take here, starting with the conspiracy theory that Jagex is looking to sell the company, which means they need to bump up numbers and bots are the best way to bump up those numbers. I'm not gonna get into that whether it's true or not. I have literally no evidence to prove this tinfoil theory other than word of mouth, but I must admit, It is kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. The second part is you. Yes, I'm talking about you. And instead of me explaining it, how about Mod Ash himself explains the situation? One of the reasons I advise players to send reports, even if they don't all lead to bans, is that the support team also uses them as evidence of the scale of the problem to help steer decisions. Which means that if you report a bot in-game, even if it always doesn't lead to an instant ban, the data is still there to prove to higher ups that the issue exists and needs to be dealt with. Unfortunately, we also have a very ancient reporting system in place, which is an entirely different topic on its own. But if you can see a bot in-game, just spend the 5 seconds to report them and move on. Even if you don't see the result immediately, it does help. Now, the third part is simple. Bots just bring in too much profit, and it literally makes no sense to remove them from the game. Every time a bot ceases to exist, they either have to purchase more membership or bonds, and Jagex is just too reliant on this income to do anything definitive about bots. One bond currently costs about $7 or €7, and there is no company in the world who is willing to give up that amount of money for integrity. And the fourth part is that the system currently in place just isn't good enough at the moment. Here is a player asking about the botting system and how it's gotten so out of control, and is there any bot nukes coming that we used to have back in the day? And Mod Ash responds back saying that the bot nukes took place when there was some major advancement in our technical side to detect these bots, which could hint to the fact that currently that's just not the case. Jagex doesn't have the tools to take down bots on a larger scale. One comment on Reddit put it very nicely. Number one, their detection system is in fact far inferior to what they're letting on, and number two, their anti-cheating team is chronically understaffed. And it all comes down to business once again. Are you willing to put in the resources to make this work or not? And the absolute final path to fixing this issue is very, very simple. Stop buying gold. That's it. Bots cease to exist tomorrow if players just stop buying gold. It's that simple. There was a great Reddit thread that I like to quote. Regardless of your opinion on why Jagex doesn't or does handle the bots in Oldschool Runescape, you have to admit that if bots weren't profitable, they wouldn't operate. In my opinion, every post and comment on the subreddit pleading with Jagex to get rid of bots should also be a plea for your fellow players to stop cheating. I'm not saying we shouldn't hold Jagex accountable, but the players are asking Jagex to solve problems that the players themselves are creating. Bots are not some enigmatic force that acquire raw materials and clog up high scores lists. They are a direct result of players knowingly and intentionally cheating. And honestly, it's that simple. Once again, it all comes down to business side. Are everyone involved willing to give up money to ensure that the integrity of the game stays for many decades to come? Whether we're talking about bot owners, Jagex, or the people that bought gold today. It's all about money at the end of the day, and hopefully we all do our part to ensure that the game I am personally very addicted to stays around for a very long time. I love you all very much. If you want to join our bingo and win hundreds of millions of GP, come join my Discord, link is in the description, and I'll see you all tomorrow with another video. Love you very much. Bye. Bleh.